The Disappearing Path of Ogirinya, an African mystery with a hint of magic and wisdom. In the hills beyond Ogirinya village, there was a footpath that only the elders spoke of. A path said to appear only when the land was dry and disappear once the first rains came. They called it the Path of the Ancestors. No one under the age of 50 had ever seen it. It was said to lead through the forest, behind the hills, past the whispering rocks, and into the unknown. Most people called it a myth, but not Onahi, a 17-year-old girl with the curiosity of 10 cats. She had heard the stories from her grandfather and believed every word. While her peers fetched firewood or practiced dances for the Yam festival, Onahi spent her time drawing the hills, watching the wind patterns, and asking questions the elders often refused to answer. One Harmattan morning, as dry dust settled on every leaf and the sky looked pale and tired, Onahi saw something strange. There, behind the old baobab tree, a narrow path had appeared, reddish-brown, lined with unfamiliar footprints, and bordered by small white stones. Her heart beat faster. She dropped her basket of firewood and ran to fetch her grandfather. Excited, "Papa," she called. "The path is here, the one you told me about." Her grandfather, Pound Ohemba, looked up from his mat. His eyes, old and tired, flickered with something close to fear, quietly. "You saw it?" he asked quietly. "Yes," she said. "Behind the baobab, it's real." He stood slowly, as if rising from a memory. They walked back together. The path was still there, glowing faintly under the weak morning sun. "Don't step on it," he warned. "Why not?" she whispered. "Because it doesn't just lead forward, it leads inward, to the truth. And the truth is not always easy." But Onahi was already staring at the path like someone called by a silent voice. That night, her grandfather sat her down. "I followed that path once," he said. "I was your age. It led me to the place where I met my spirit, the part of me that is not flesh. It asked me 3 questions. I answered 2. The third, I could not, so I returned." "What was the third question?" she asked. He shook his head. "If I told you, it wouldn't be your question, it would be mine, and that is not how the path works." The next morning, Onahi rose before the sun. She packed only a gourd of water, some roasted groundnuts, and a small charm her grandmother had left her before she passed. She stood at the mouth of the path, heart racing, and stepped forward. At first it felt like any footpath